NFL preseason debates countdown. 9 days.
That's it. 9 days for the Patriots to find a backup quarterback. No, 9 days until the NFL season starts, everybody. So today's preseason debate, will Jalen Hurts win an MVP?
Well, first of all, I don't understand two things. You mean this year or ever? And why is this a debate? Of course Jalen Hurts is going to win an MVP.
this year.
It's still barely a debate. Of course he's going to win a debate. I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because the Eagles are still going to be really good. They have so much young talent everywhere. They have a great receiving core. They have a great tight end. They have an improved running game. They could even improve it more by bringing Jonathan Taylor at some point. Who knows? And they have a great, you know about the O-line. Jason Kelce came back. So all the ingredients to be just as good as last year are there. I think the competition ahead of him is flawed. Last year, he lost it to Mahomes because he got hurt.
Right.
It's going to be a Michael Jordan effect. They're not going to give it to Patrick Mahomes. They're just tired of handing the award to Patrick Mahomes. So that's my theory. That's going to knock out Mahomes. Burrow is dealing with injuries. Josh Allen, I just think he's got such a high bar. He has to have an amazing year. Justin Herbert, these are the guys ahead of Hurts on the odds. No way it's going to be Justin Herbert. So the only one who actually really scares me is Lamar Jackson, who's right behind Jalen Hurts in a lot of the odds. But I feel like Hurts should be the front runner, not 6 in the odds.
Okay, I hate to break it to you, but the same thing that happened to Josh Allen happened to Jalen Hurts, which is the bar is now raised so high because of what he did last year before he got hurt, but then also, leading the Eagles to the Super Bowl. And frankly, he could have been the MVP of the game if it, had the ball bounced a few different ways. Jalen Hurts would have been your Super Bowl MVP. So I think it's going to be just as hard for Hurts. I also think it's a narrative award, and he got close last year but couldn't finish the deal. And I think they're always looking, besides Mahomes, who could win it by default if everyone's bunched together. I think it's the opposite of the Jordan effect. I just see that Hurts is going to have to blow him away, or they like fresh blood. They want someone new. They want a different story. Last year was the Jalen Hurts story, right? That last year was Jalen Hurts, wow, no one even wasn't sure if he would even solidify the job coming into the season. And now look at him. He's an MVP candidate. It's really hard to get back up to that mountain without blowing everyone away. And the Eagles are going to have a much tougher schedule this year. Last year was just cakewalk for them.
So let me tell you about another Philadelphia athlete who was second place for MVP and couldn't get over the hump. And eventually voters just tired of not giving him the MVP and just handed it to him.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid.
And it was a mistake because Jokic was so good. And I think everyone, I think all the voters looked themselves in the mirror as Jokic is hoisting the trophy and barely caring about it. And was like, ooh, we made a mistake. Jokic is definitely better than Embiid.
Yeah, but they'd just given Jokic 2 MVPs and seen him flame out in the playoffs. Listen, Embiid led the league in scoring at 33 points a game. It was a perfectly fine MVP. If Hurts has just as good as stats as other guys, he'll get it, because I think that narrative of him coming close and not getting it is interesting to people. Also, he's a second-round pick. People like that. A bit of an underdog. He's always been like that. He lost his job at Alabama.
Yep.
He's got a great story, and he's got a secret weapon too. It's got this push play where they did not outlaw it, where it's a rugby formation. We know he's going to get 15 rushing touchdowns. They never hand the ball to a running back in the red zone, kind of like when Cam Newton won the MVP. That's going to look good on his resume. There's a lot of reasons to think he's going to get good numbers. But to me, the most important thing is the Super Bowl. So he had a great year. The best game of the year he played was his last game. He got better and better
Except
and better.
for the pick six, but yeah.
Yeah, pick six was a big mistake, but he was so accurate. He was throwing dimes all over the field. It was amazing to me that he developed to that point. We didn't see anything. He got hurt, remember, the latter part of the year,
sure.
Chicago. And I never thought that, he didn't do much in the playoffs. He didn't have to. I didn't think he was going to be like that, but that was unbelievable. He went throw for throw with Patrick Mahomes.
I understand, but the history of teams losing in the Super Bowl and then getting back to the Super Bowl the next year is not pretty. And so
I don't want to hear about that.
The idea that he's going to have this really great year, and honestly, book is out on the Bush push or whatever,
Can't do anything. I don't care if the book is out.
I know, but everyone knows it's a little, I'm not going to say fugazi, but no one thinks it's fair. It doesn't feel fair. And by the way, the whole league's going to do it this year. I'm sure it's the number one install that everyone has now.
But honestly, I think Hurts is part of the reason it works. Have you ever seen that guy's legs are huge? He's so strong that he helps. I don't think you're going to be able to push Mac Jones over the pile.
I don't know. Mac Jones, 20 pounds of muscle this offseason.
You're a team in a suit? That guy definitely wears it.
Best shape of his life.
I could see the linemen sticking their hands into Mac Jones' midsection and just kind of being soft.
Aw, no. Come on. Mac Jones cares.